Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Planet Earth is as diverse as it is beautiful. Its diversity reflects in the numerous species of plants and animals that live in the natural environment, some more interesting than others. Trees are some of the most fascinating living things on our planet. They build entire ecosystems around them, feeding and regenerating nature while giving us oxygen. But some tree species are particularly special. From the largest tree in the world to trees that thrive in unfavorable conditions, let's have a close look at the most bizarre trees on Earth. Number 12. Windswept trees. Adapting to existing conditions such as climate patterns, landscapes, and the presence of organic substances is not uncommon for trees. Even so, windswept trees take adaptability to the next level. Growing in regions with extreme intense and uninterrupted winds, these trees seem to have surrendered to the whims of nature. Their crooked look, however, offers one of the most spectacular sceneries. You can find variations of windswept trees in various places around the world, from New Zealand to the United Kingdom, Sweden and Kazakhstan, as well as the United States. Slope Point in New Zealand in particular has some of the most twisted and warped trees in the world. Together with a nearby rocky coastline, they make this isolated area worth visiting. Number 11. The Wisteria Plant. While wisteria is not a tree, it has many of a tree's key elements. The wisteria vine can be very long-lasting, living up to 100 years. It also produces some of the most stunning flowers known to us, of a bluish-purple color. The wisteria has a tangled history, but the most renowned species come from China and Japan. People have been so fascinated with the beauty of wisteria in full bloom that they've grown the vine on extremely large areas. The Ashikaga Flower Park in Japan, for example, is home to an ancient wisteria tree that's 150 years old. The park offers no less than 11 different wisteria hotspots, from a white wisteria tunnel to the famous purple wisteria arbor. However, the largest vine of this type is not located in Asia, but in Sierra Madre, California. The Guinness Book of Records has deemed the famous wisteria in Sierra Madre as one of the 7 horticultural wonders in the world. This 250-ton and 1.5 million blossom wisteria spreads across an acre and is held on numerous steel supports. Number 10. The basket tree. Can you guess how the basket tree got its name? As you'd expect, the odd-looking tree is not the result of natural design. The Swedish-American farmer Axel Erlandsson, who was responsible for the basket-resembling design, has created an entire series of odd-shaped trees, including a 2-legged, cube-shaped and a needle tree. In the 1940s, Axel called his series of strange attractions the Tree Circus. He spent years shaping and grafting the arms and bodies of trees into unique shapes. One of his main attractions, the basket tree, was made of 6 sycamores planted in a circle and grafted into diamond patterns. The tree shaper subsequently sold his collection for $12,000. Today, the bizarre tree attractions can be seen in the Gilroy Garden, where they've been moved in the 1980s. Number 9. The Tree of Life. The Tree of Life, or Shajarat al-Hayat, gets its name from its life-defying nature. Few are the living things on Earth that can survive without water, but this unique tree manages to grow without any water in sight. That's an unprecedented level of adaptability for a tree. In fact, the way in which this tree has managed to survive in the Arabian desert for over 400 years is almost mysterious. Fascinated by it, people have circulated legends that the tree has been around since the biblical time of Eden. In reality, the tree does have some potential water sources, such as groundwater and a few ponds nearby. Number 8. The Bay of Bab Tree. Another rule-defying tree is the Bay of Bab Tree, a succulent plant of no resemblance to the traditional small plants we keep in our homes. An icon of the African continent, the majestic Bay of Bab Tree grows up to 30 meters high, 50 meters wide, and can live for 5,000 years. What's even more impressive about this tree is its resilience to harsh climate and landscape conditions. As it's a succulent, it manages to absorb all surrounding water during rainy seasons and store it for future use. As a consequence, the Bay of Bab Tree is one of the few plants that grow in the African savannas. Local people treasure baobabs for multiple reasons. They use their fruits and leaves for food, seeds for cosmetic oils, bark for rope and clothing, and trunks for water and shelter. Not surprisingly, the Bay of Bab trees usually gather entire human communities around them. Number 7. The Sabina Tree. One of the most resilient trees in the world, the Sabina, grows predominantly in Ibiza, causing local people to describe the noble tree as a metaphor for their strong character. Ibiza's sacred wood has been around at least since 650 BC when the Phoenicians arrived in the area. What's particularly strange about the Sabina tree is its preference for challenging living conditions. It seems that these trees are willing to bend in any way the natural elements desire. For instance, you can see them curved as if they're about to split in two, or as if they were taking a deep bow. Number 6. The General Sherman Tree. The world's largest tree by volume, growing up to an astounding 275 feet tall and 17.5 feet in diameter, is a feast for the eyes. Not surprisingly, the General Sherman Tree in California is a popular attraction for tourists around the world who want to see it in person. Located in the giant forest sequoia grove, the tree can be accessed by 2 trails. During shuttle season, you can also ride park shuttles to the more accessible trail. Once you arrive, you'll notice that a surrounding fence protects the tree. Even so, the view upward is astounding. The circumference of the branches from the ground is close to 103 feet. Number 5. The Tree of Tulle. Another bizarre tree can be found in the Mexican state of Oaxaca in the town of Santa Maria del Tulle on the main church's grounds. Subsequently called the Tree of Tulle, it's impressive through both appearance and history. This magnificent specimen of the Montezuma Cypress has grown to an impressive 137.8 feet in circumference and 46.1 feet in diameter, giving it one of the widest trunks in the world. Its knotted trunk and branches have sparked the imagination of visitors from all around the world. The Tree of Tulle is the heart of the town and has been a touristic hub for the community. It's been around for more than 2,000 years and has fueled many legends since then. The Ayuk, for example, believe that the tree is the walking stick of a god that took root and created the Tree of Tulle. Number 4. The Dinosaur Tree. Not long ago, deep in the Australian Wollemi National Park, scientists had one of the most bizarre discoveries, an ancient tree contemporary to dinosaurs and that we thought of as extinct. Imagine the shock they must have had learning that the dinosaur tree, or Wollemi pine, is still somehow alive. It has been one of the greatest biological reincarnations of all time. Until 1994, the only things we knew about this ancient conifer came from studying its fossils. Today we're intensely studying the dinosaur tree in an attempt to repopulate it. Their location is kept secret and the area secured to protect the trees from deadly pathogens. Most recently, during the Australian bushfires, the authorities organised special operations including airborne tankers and ground firefighters to save the last remaining trees. Number 3. The Juniper Tree. You may have already heard of the juniper tree. It comes in numerous species and is quite common in North America. But the juniper is much more than an evergreen coniferous plant. For one, it's a highly aromatic tree or shrub. Some species have scale-like leaves bearing an oil gland which has been used in perfumes and medicines. Next to that, the bittersweet berry-like cones of the juniper tree are used to flavour not only food, but also alcoholic beverages including gin. Even the wood has a particular fragrance that's been used in everything from cabinets to pencils. There's a particular species, the eastern red cedar, that has been used for linen closets and cedar chests, as the fragrance repels moths and other pests. Number 2. The Dragon's Blood Tree. On the island of Socotra, Yemen, live the only dragon's blood trees, iconic for their appearance and commercial use. Overall, the island has quite a unique flora, but the dragon's blood tree is by far its most popular plant species. On the granite mountains and limestone plateaus of the region, the tree gradually develops an umbrella-shaped canopy that expertly captures the moisture brought by the monsoon season. It grows leaves only on the youngest branches, which stay on top of the others and are shed every 3 to 4 years. Not your usual tree, is it? Besides appearance, the dragon's blood tree has a remarkable range of uses. For centuries, it's been an important economic source for local people who use its berries as food and medicine for livestock. Another special use of the tree lies in the red resin it produces, hence its name. This resin has different names across the centuries, from cinnabar before 60 AD to emzola. Today, it has different utilizations, but the most popular one is the creation of red dyes. In fact, the intense color of Stradivarius violins is thought to be due to the dragon's blood resin. Unfortunately, the future of these magnificent bizarre trees is uncertain. The tree is expected to lose 45% of its habitat by 2080 due to climate changes affecting weather patterns and precipitation levels. Number 1. The Shipworms. Although not a tree, shipworms are so interesting and so connected to trees that they need to be included on any list of bizarre trees. Trees are actually shipworms' main source of food. These mollusks live in salt waters, which may be part of the reason why they actually taste like clams. Yes, the fact that they look like worms hasn't stopped humans from having a taste. Throughout Southeast Asia, shipworms are a very popular source of food and are usually cooked in curry dishes, mixed with shrimp, banana and Thai chilies. To collect them, people look for pieces of submerged wood in salty waters. It's not as difficult as it may sound, since the shipworms leave obvious signs of their trespassing, small holes in the wood that they drill with their heads. As you can see, nature is pretty spectacular. We may have built bizarre buildings and machinery, but nature still holds some of the most interesting things. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.